All right, man, let's talk. For the most part, Lamont, Roach, and Tank, I just believe they building the fight up. Lamont Roach said that Gervonta Davis hasn't done this part of the deal yet because he could be trying to get out of the deal. You know, he could be trying to pull out the fight. And like I said, they just building the fight up. I know when Tank was talking about, yeah, we could do it in July and all this type of stuff. They wasn't going to do it nowhere near July. So I already know how this thing go. They just building the fight up, and he hasn't done this part of the deal, but also there might be some truth to that, right? I'm gonna talk about Jermell Charlo later and why y'all might not even see him come back and tune up. But they got money problems at the PBC, and I know Tank tweeted, "I never turn against Al, nigga. You got no choice but to be with PBC. If Al is in the loop or out the loop, if he on the run or he calling the plays over the headset, it don't matter. You got no other choice." So I know a girl gets growl. I'll be loyal to Al. Y'all have no choice but to value your loyalty to him because y'all signed them hot wired ass contracts. So y'all can't fool me. That's like, being stuck in a prison. Yeah, I can leave when I want to leave, but you can't. So they don't have the money for them guys, bro. That's just what it boiled down to. They don't have the money to pay none of them. It's a wrap. They didn't want to work with Turkey or with complications, and their whole thing is they kind of remind me of women. They want all the benefits of having power, but none of the cons that come with it. They don't want to pay the cost to be the boss. They want to be the boss, but they don't want to pay the cost. And that was the thing with Turki Alalshikh and shit. They wanted Turkey to bankroll the events, but they wanted to control the event. How did that work? They wanted to bankroll the event. They want him to bankroll the events, but them control it. They gave, Waddle Reed and other investors gave them all this money. They gave them all this money. And y'all fumbled it. Y'all fumbled it. Y'all fumbled it. That's exactly what happened. Y'all fumbled it. So why would Turki Alalshikh, even if he got money to burn, you know what I'm saying? Why would he trust y'all when he seen what y'all did with $1 billion or some shit like that? Look here, we willing to work with y'all, but we gonna run it. That's why PBC don't want to work with the zone. Real spill. That's why they don't want to work with the zone, because the zone want to oversee the matchmaking. They want to control everything, but they want to use your money, and that's all right. Cool. Some investors invested their money and let you control everything, and you fucked them over. So why would anybody go for the whoopty blam twice and your roster weaker than ever? Your ploy ain't to improve the sport. Your aim ain't to improve the game. You're a crook. And I mean, remember somebody said that back in the day, the real crooks or the real criminals are on Wall Street? That's a fact. That's a fact. That is a fact. The real criminals are the white collar criminals. I done heard about guys. What was a Wall Street chopper? He said a white guy he met in prison that taught him how to invest in all that. He said, I'm in prison. He said, I'm in prison and I'm going to do so many years in prison, but I'm still going to walk away with this 1.8 or $2 million. I'm still going to walk away with this $1.8 million or whatever the situation was. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm still going to walk away with this bread, regardless. You in here and you in prison for a long time, and what you in jail for? You ain't got nothing to show for it. They are the real criminals. And I think what a lot of people understand the white collar game, it's a lot of inside trading. That's nothing, Martha Stewart. You don't know. Once you learn, about financials, and I ain't even talking about financial literacy or nothing like just that. once you start learning the basics, you understand. You'll kind of, once you kind of get somewhat of an understanding of it, you'll figure it out. But I mean, for the most part, I mean, it is what it is with Tank. It is what it is, bro. This is promotion. He probably trying to figure out a couple moves financially with PBC, and that's why they were so hell bent on making that Jake Paul fight, because it was gonna be a financial flow in. It just let you know pride is a motherfucker. Even though you don't have the money, and people say, okay, we'll work with you, but you gotta give us some autonomy over your video. You like, no, I'd rather just starve. That lets you know everything you need to know. You know, they messed up. They fumbled a good thing with PBC. And all they had to do was just make basic fights. But Lamont and Tank gonna fight. You know, look, Tank talking about, I'll come up to your, I'll fight you at your son's school. He do all this jibber jabber. I won't be the number one fighter no more. I'm this, like, dog. He feel like he don't have to prove nothing. That's because he don't believe. He don't believe in his talent. That's what y'all don't understand. He don't really believe in his talent. He don't. He have no self-belief. You know, I don't have to prove anything. Like, he already told you he in it for money. He don't like doing this. He do this because he have to. And even when he look at some of these guys out here who do it and don't really have to do it and have every other avenue, like Devin, he don't understand in his head, why are you doing this? Who wants to do this? He don't enjoy what he do. You know? And that's scary. That's scary, because what if he actually enjoyed boxing? How great he'd be. You know, it'd be phenomenal. But guess what? I think that rematch is a very important part of the summer boxing slate. I really do think it is. You can talk about, guys need Turkey. I don't. I make money, and I this, that, and the third, and I made the Forbes list, but I didn't crack the Forbes. Like all this other talking shit. Like, dog, we just seen you legit lose a fight to Lamont Roach. That you got a draw that they gifted to you. So we get it. We get it. But in my humble opinion, dog, this is promo. They building promo for the fight, and you know, he don't want to sign this end of the deal. Them niggas trying to scrape up dollars to get that man. They ain't got it. They ain't got it. They ain't got it. They ain't got it. So, you know, of course your deal's set in stone, but they trying to find money to give them. But the rematch is big, you know, and allegedly it's going down in Vegas. So while going on in Vegas, Vegas must have wanted a piece of it. You know, everybody gonna chalk it up as Lamont Roach was lucky. You don't get lucky. Like, I see if he landed a shot and he knocked him out. But that performance in which he fought, it wasn't lucky. Then that's the danger of fighting. I mean, if I'm a fighter, I think I'm most scared of fighting guys that know me, that grew up in the gym with me, that sparred a lot with me. What was the dude that knocked out Abner Mares? Johnny Gonzalez or something like that. I think Gary Russell ended up beating him. You know, they used to both train what Nacho Bear's thing in the gym at the same time. That's scary to me. Fighting a guy that really, really know you well. I think that's scary. Know you in and out. So, but like I continue to say about the whole situation, man, we'll see. They'll announce a fight, and you know it's gonna be part of the summer slate. You got Shakur coming up. You got Usyk coming up. You got That fight, I'll just drive a few miles and it start raining. It's wild. Why are you riding your brakes, bruh? Like, it's like at least a car and some change lane in front of you, dog. I don't understand that. Yes, get from in front of me, bruh. No, just riding their brakes. Like, dude, can't stand. Bet it's a woman or an old person. Let's bet. Old person? Old person? You looking at me like I'm the problem. You constantly just hitting your brakes, hitting your brakes, hitting your brakes, hitting your brakes. Jesus Christ. Like, I just be looking at dog. He looking at me, I'm the problem. Like, dog, I'm not even riding your ass. You just don't know how to maintain your speed. Put your cruise control on, Brad. But nonetheless, enough about what I'm talking about. Enough. But yep, I just eventually announced the fight. It's gonna be a blockbuster this summer. 1 and 2, I can count Usyk and not Usyk, but Bud and Canelo in this one. So that's really gonna make or break the summer of boxing. It can revive it, or help revive the sport, or it can bury it. So thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Hit the link in the description. Follow me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.